Welcome, everybody. This is Cooking with Kristin, and we have a couple of parties joining us tonight. I have a couple of hosts. We have Cindy, we have Monica, we have Kay, and we have Rita, and their friends. So we have a nice little group gathered today, and I am going to make a tropical breeze tart for you guys. It's going to be delicious. This is where I wish you guys could be with me in my kitchen so that we could eat this at the end, because of course, you know, when you go to Pampered Chef parties, you get to eat at the end, and that's what makes it so much fun. So I'll get to eat it at the end, and I'm sorry that I can't share it with you guys. But anyway, let me change my screen view. I always have a hard time with this, but let me see if I can figure it out here. Speaker. Okay, and I need to make myself large so that everybody can see me. There we go. Okay. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kristin Kinchin, and I always say, yes, my last name sounds just like kitchen. And I always say, with a last name like that, what else am I supposed to do but sell Pampered Chef? So I've had my Pampered Chef business for 24 years, and I've known some of you for a good portion of that time, and really appreciate, you know, your support of my business, you know, through the years. Those that I'm just meeting tonight, welcome to my business, and I'm here to help you, serve you in any way that I can. With 24 years of experience with Pampered Chef, I have lots of experience. And as I said, I own all the Pampered Chef tools. I even have a whole bunch of the older ones. So even if you have some older Pampered Chef tools that you might have forgotten about, or you forgot how to use it, or you need some recipes or whatever to get started using them again, please, you know, ask, because I want you to use and love the tools that you have, as well as, you know, I'll be turning you on to some new tools as we go along tonight. So anyway, so that's just a little bit about me. I am an empty nester, so I don't make a lot of desserts. So tonight, having a chance to make dessert, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. I'm going to get dessert tonight. So anyway, but I did select this recipe for a couple of reasons. Wanted to show some of the things that are on sale for you guys tonight. Plus, it's just a delicious recipe. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Let me move my notebook to the side, and hopefully I'll have the camera set so that you guys can see everything very well. So first off, we are making this as a tart, but it's really basically a cheesecake. So if you're kind of like, what is she making? And we are using the Pampered Chef Tart Pan. And this is one of the pans that are on sale. Pampered Chef has, let me grab my flyer. And you can see this in the party. If you click into the April specials, what's new for April, you'll see this flyer and you will see these items that are on sale. But we have 9 baking pans that are on sale. They're 15% off. So I did want to highlight one of the pans that I enjoy using a lot, and that is this Tart Pan. And what's cool about a Tart Pan, I don't know if you guys can see the bottom, this piece, when I get ready to serve this, you can, you know, push up on this. And I'm going to try to do it without really messing up my crust too much. This might be a disaster. Let's see. I can't get it to release at this moment. I'm going to do it once I get it all put together again. But anyway, you can release this collar, and then you have this really pretty fluted crust. You can see how that edge is fluted. So you have this really pretty plate to put on a cake stand or on a cake plate of some sort. Most tarts are sweet, like we're going to do today, but there's no reason you couldn't even do like a quiche in this, where you could take like a pie crust and fit it into here, and then put your quiche filling and bake it, and you have a really savory quiche as well. So it's a very versatile pan. And the other thing I like is that it has a lid. So if you make a tart and then, or your quiche or whatever you're making, and then you're going to go to a potluck, or you're going to take it to a friend's house or something like that, it's easily transferable because you got the lid, and you can easily, you know, take that with you and not have to worry about it dumping in, you know, in the car or anything like that. So with that, we have the crust already made. I had to make this and cool it, but this is Nilla wafers, sugar, coconut, and butter, of course. And then you just pat this in here, kind of take the crumbs and go up the sides with it, and then you bake it for about 15 minutes. And then you're going to let it cool, and then we're going to put the rest of this together in front of you. But I did want to show you the manual food processor, because this was super handy with the Nilla wafers. So here's the Nilla wafers. This is just a few, just to show you what I did. And with the manual food processor, you can easily make your cracker crumbs. And again, we're going to want this finer. And so you can, and that's how I made the crust with this. So those of you that have the manual food processor already, you know how handy this is. You can chop your onions, you can chop your celery, you can do nuts and things with it. Who already has this? Those of you that are watching in. So what do you make with yours? Or what do you use it for?
Sorry, I muted myself.
That's fine.
I didn't want to hear or look at myself tonight. No, I just everything you said.
So yeah, and
Nuts.
I say, and
I love
the other
nuts.
thing too, so like onions, you don't cry. I was chopping onions today for some meatloaf. But I also like, because everything's contained within this cup, is that you can do like multiple ingredients. Like this is my little salsa maker. So like I'll throw tomatoes and onions and peppers and everything that goes in your salsa in here and chop it and mix it, and then actually just pull, just as you saw, pull the blade out, and then here's my little serving of salsa. So it's a handy little tool. I think every kitchen needs at least the food chopper or the manual food processor. They're kind of interchangeable, but the food chopper, I'm sorry, the manual food processor is a little larger capacity and gives you that flexibility of being able to do multiple ingredients at once. So that's how I did the crust. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and do this all right here in front of you. So the filling is basically cream cheese. And so I have 2 blocks of cream cheese in here. We're going to go ahead and use the stand mixer to mix this up, but let me go ahead and get my ingredients in here. We need a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And I want to show you something new that we have, because that's always the fun. I know I have a couple of ladies on here that have a lot of Pampered Chef things, so it's always fun to see the new stuff. But we have, this has been in the catalog for about a year maybe, but now we have the big sister that goes with it. So these are measuring scoops, and I have a set of these in my flour. I have another set in my sugar. And now that I'm using powdered sugar, I'm like, I need another set to go in my powdered sugar. So anything that you need to measure, instead of getting out your other measuring spoons, if you kind of just need to scoop it anyway, it's really handy to have it. So the little baby one goes to 1/4 cup. And I don't know if I can get this well enough that you can see, but it has measure markings on it. So you can do a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, just kind of scoop, level it off and dump. Or the larger one goes up to 1 cup. So we need a 1/2 cup. And so I know which line is the 1/2 cup line. And so we're going to just kind of grab our powdered sugar, give it a shake, and I'm at the 1/2 cup line in there. Dump that in there. But these are just super handy to have, because like flour and sugar, you're always just kind of scooping out. You kind of need to scoop and measure all at once. And that's what these are really handy for. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and do we need a teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm going to be using Pampered Chef's double strength Madagascar vanilla. So who are bakers on this call? Okay, do you guys use real vanilla? Because I know like bakers will splurge and they will use real vanilla. Okay, so I'm not a real baker. And so when I saw the price of real vanilla, I was like, holy moly, vanilla is expensive. But all my baker friends are like, oh, that's nothing. So anyway, but this vanilla, I want to tell you, is on sale right now. Pampered Chef has an outlet. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that or not, but when you are shopping, when you go to the shop button, you can shop by category, and one of those is outlet. And this is at the outlet right now because this is usually a seasonal product that we only sell October through December for holiday baking. But we have some left in our stash, and so it's at the outlet and it's on sale. So if you're a baker, hop in there. And what I like about this is it's double strength. So the recipe calls for a teaspoon of vanilla, but because it's double strength, I just need to do a 1/2 teaspoon. So it really helps me to extend, how I'm using this, and that I'm not, because it is expensive. I think it is. My bakers say it's not, but anyway, this way I don't have to use it quite as quickly because I'm using 1/2 as much. And then we need some milk, which I forgot to pull out of my refrigerator. So let me grab that real quick. And another measuring thing that I love are these easy read measuring cups. I know some of you might have these. I see Cindy nodding her head. They have measure markings. I don't know. I can't get it in the camera. There you go. Has measure
There,
markings on the
I can
inside.
read them. I
Yeah.
love that I can read them.
Yes. And the nice thing is you don't have to like bend over to make sure you got the right amount. You actually look down as you're measuring, and that gives you your measurement. So this little baby one, I love. It comes in the set. This goes to 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup. But then you also get a 1 cup, a 2 cup, and a 4 cup measure with the set. But this little one that does the little tablespoons is so handy if you're making like marinades and sauces and stuff where you just need a tablespoon of something or 2 tablespoons. If you do like a traditional measuring spoon, it's hard to get things out of there, but I really like this for that. Okay, so
I was
now,
gonna say I absolutely love my little one because when you have to like melt butter, like a quarter cup of butter, I just like melt it in there too.
Yes,
And then
yes.
it's so convenient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these were what I just said. Okay, these are, you're right, these are microwave safe. And so like I will melt things right in here or heat them up. And actually the 4-cup one, that's a quart. That's the size of our small batter bowl. I use that as a mixing bowl. Like if I'm making, I don't know, like muffins or something, I'll put my milk in there, I'll measure that out, then add my muffin mix and just mix right in there. So they're not just measuring, they're like mixing bowls or microwave bowls or whatever. So they're super handy. Okay, we are going to use our stand mixer. For those of you that are not familiar with the Pampered Chef one, so first off, I hope you guys even realize Pampered Chef has electrics. If you haven't been to a Pampered Chef party in the last couple of years, you might not realize that, but we have a deluxe multi-cooker, which is our pressure cooker, sous vide cooker, slow cooker. We have an air fryer. We have a deluxe electric griddle. We have a cooking blender. We have the stand mixer. I think those are the big ones. So I know a couple of you guys on the call already have some of these. Brenda, you have the multi-cooker, right? And are you loving it? I know you said you're having a lot of fun with it. So does anybody else have one of our electrics?
I have the air fryer.
Okay, yeah. And I use my air fryer to
love
reheat.
that air fryer because I can cook Trinity's nuggets and fries at the same time.
Right. And they get
Like
crispy.
other air fryers where you can't do that.
Yeah. And ours has, so what we're talking about, it has the flexibility that it has a rotisserie basket or it has shelves and it has so many different settings on it. And what I like just an air fryer in general is that for what you're talking about, French fries, chicken nuggets, they have to be crispy, right? And they're going to get crispy in an air fryer. So anyway, so we're going to use the stand mixer. I had a KitchenAid in my kitchen for a couple of years, so I just know the value of a stand mixer. So if you don't have one, you really need to consider getting one. But of course, get the best, which is Pampered Chef. And what I like about this is a couple of things is the head on it locks, so you don't have to worry about that head falling down and pinching any fingers. It comes with, I should have shown it before I got dirty, but we have a beater bar that we're using today for the cream cheese. But it also comes with a whisk, so you can do like your whipped creams and things like that. Also comes with a dough hook, so you can use it for kneading. And all of the bowl and the attachments all go in the dishwasher, so it's super easy to clean as well. But the thing that sets this apart from other stand mixers is it has preset buttons. So you literally can kind of just set it and push the button and it does its thing, and you can be going on and working on more of your recipe. You can go grab a glass of wine, you can run to the bathroom, like whatever you need to do while you're cooking, and it will do its thing. So you can use it like a traditional one where you can adjust the time and the temperature or the time and the speed. But with the preset, so for instance, it has a cream setting. So prior to having this mixer, I would read a recipe and says cream your butter, cream your shortening. So that's mixing your shortening and your sugar usually. And I knew it meant like kind of a high speed, kind of incorporate it, mix it, whatever. But until I saw how this creamed, I was like, I wasn't doing it. So anyway, so I was just really impressed. And same thing, it knows the time and like the speed. It starts slow and it kind of ramps up as it goes until it like perfectly creams that shortening. Same thing if you're doing whipped cream. It will start slow, but it'll ramp up and it knows the time and the speed to make perfect whipped cream. Kneading bread, it knows the time as well for that too. So it's just really handy. If you're not that much of a baker or you don't know what some of these different terms mean, it's smarter than you are and it will know what to do. So for this, really, there's not really a preset that I need. We're going to just beat this. So that's kind of one of the faster settings. And I probably only need about 45 seconds for this to just incorporate these ingredients. So I'm going to just turn the time. So I put it on beat. It's going to start slow, but it's going to go faster. And I have it for 45 seconds. When it's done, it's going to shut off. So I literally could leave it and it's not going to just keep mixing forever. So it's going to be done when it's done. So I'm going to push the button, let it get started. I'm going to pull the camera over so you guys can see a little bit closer. Let me get that in the right place. There's the mixer so you can see it. And hopefully I'm not going to drop my cameras up. And here's the presets that I was talking about. And you can hear how it's going faster and faster. And ta-da, it's done. Was that not easy? And look at that. I didn't even break a sweat. Okay. So here's a close-up on this. Oops. What is this? On this beater bar that I was talking about, it has this silicone on the edge, a scraper bar. So as it's going around, it's going all the way to the edge and it always incorporates everything. And then here is our delicious cream cheese mixture. So this is going to go into our tart. And then we're going to top it with some fresh fruit. And that's how easy this recipe is. So like I said, it really is kind of like a kind of a cross between a tart. It looks like a tart, but in terms of the ingredients and what it's going to taste like, it's going to be a lot like a cheesecake. There you go. Spread that out. You guys getting hungry? I wish you guys were here to enjoy this with me. Any questions up to this point? There we go.
Oh, yummy.
Doesn't that look good? Okay. If I was at a party and you all would be eating this, I would not do this, but I'm at my kitchen, so I get to sample. Okay. So now we're gonna
Makes
top
it
this.
real.
Pardon me?
That makes it real. We
It
can
does.
seriously taste
And
it
it's like,
for
and
you.
if this was like raw cookie dough, it would not have been a little lick. It would have been like a whole big bite. I'm like, I love raw cookie dough. Okay. So next, so this recipe calls for mango, which I did not get, just because I don't like to mess with mango. I like to eat it, but it's hard to mess with. And then some kiwi and some strawberries. So we're just going to do strawberries and kiwi. And to cut these up, we're going to use the cup slicer. How many of you have gotten this in your kitchen yet? Okay. This thing is so much fun, is it not? So, so Monica, Brenda, you guys don't have this yet? Oh my gosh, you all are missing out. That's all I can say.
Monica does.
I do have it. I do
Okay.
have it.
Okay, good. Because
I do.
especially if you've got kids, you got to have this. So I'm gonna,
Yeah.
but with kids, the thing is these are blades right here, and because they're blades, they're gonna cut through strawberries, kiwi. Even if it's a hard strawberry and has kind of like a white end on it that gets kind of hard, it's gonna cut through that. But it also will cut through mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, zucchini, cucumbers, things like that as well. Now it will not go as hard as carrots and things like that. So it can kind of go semi-hard, but not to the really harder vegetables. If you're going to be cutting a lot of the harder vegetables, get yourself a mandolin. But this is super handy. And all you do is just push down on whatever you're cutting. So here's our strawberries. And I kind of line them up and you can just kind of go right down the line with it. And you notice as you're cutting, it fills the cup up. And then you can dump that into your cereal, onto your yogurt. We're going to just put it into a mixing bowl. But if you have kids, look at how it has these little handles. So you can actually like kind of teach them. This is really the proper way to do it, is to kind of hold those edges. But look at how easy this would be for a kid to help you out in the kitchen. So it's super fun. Let's cut all those up. And then the last little bit, you notice like when I dump that out, you have that last strawberry that kind of gets stuck in there. If you put it back onto the stand and it kind of pops that last strawberry through. So this little bit is a protective case. So it's in storage. You don't have to worry about somebody reaching underneath there and cutting themselves, but it's also that last little pusher that gets things in there. Now, kiwi is another fun thing to do with it. So again, you're just going to cut. I want to get these in the right direction so the seeds are pretty on here. But look at how, and even that's kind of a hard one. I knew I had one that kind of had a hard core in it. We're going to kind of pop that through. Now, if you're real anal with this tart, you could real pretty arrange all your fruit around it. I'm not that anal. So it's like, how fast can I do this? And so that's why we're not going to do that. That's why I'm just kind of throwing this in a bowl and we're going to mix it together and dump it. So it's a dump cake, right? Do you guys know dump cakes? I love dump cakes. Okay, then, but look at this. Look at how quick and easy that was. I mean, that was like 3 cups of strawberries, 3 kiwi, but look at how pretty they are, like the kiwi. Let me grab one here. Look at this. They got the pretty, they're just perfect and so easy. So let me just mix this up because like I said, I'm not going to be anal about this. We're going to just take our fruit. Now, technically, the recipe calls to refrigerate this filling for a couple of hours before you top it with the fruit. We're not going to do that. We're going to we're gonna just dump it. So, but look at how pretty this is gonna be. All this
I
yummy
love the way you cook.
stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of a messy cook. So, like I'm not, like I said, not real anal, not real. I mean, some people would take hours to make this really pretty. Sorry, it's just gonna be all dumped on top. And we might
Speaking
not
of
use-
clean
yeah.
cooking, I have a question about, and I cannot for the life of me think of the name of it, but I just watched some videos on the table thing of people like prepping and then they like scoop the things down. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a clean cook either, but I'm like, do you have that thing? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I might, if I can't remember
The-
exactly which video you're talking about, but I'm thinking.
The prep in store, maybe?
Yes, yes. Does anybody have that? The prep where you like cut and it just seems so dang organized. No, Kristen, it's like a whole thing. Like
Oh, the
It's the
whole
cutting board with the cup, with the catchers. I think
Yeah,
it's
so
a
I
prep in
have
store.
I have the board handy that I can show you, but the cups I have stored, it take me just a minute, but this is the board. And then it has these where you have, it comes with cups. So like it's almost like a 3-cup storage container that you can set in here. So like you chop your food, whatever, and then like you said, you just slide it right into the cup and it will go right in there. And then that little storage thing has a lid. It also has a divider. So you can put multiple things in there. Like if you wanted to put tomatoes on one side and carrots on the other and have everything prepped. So the whole idea is prepping ahead, getting all those vegetables chopped, sliced, diced, whatever. So when you have time to do it, or if you're already chopping onions and you know you need onions the next day too, like why not chop extra while you have everything dirty and you're already doing it? And then the next day is a whole lot easier to get your meal put together. So that's kind of the whole idea. So I don't have the storage cups right here in my kitchen. I store them somewhere else, but that's the whole idea, is that you just slide it right into that. And it just makes so this is just a cutting board, but it does have that capacity for the storage
So
container.
do you actually use it though? Be honest, because I think I love it, but I just feel like I wonder if I would use it. That's why I want to know if anybody actually has
I
it.
have a lot of customers who are preppers and they use it and love it for that reason. I'm not a prepper, so I
Okay.
don't know. I use it where I do use it is those cups. They're also part of the Cool and Serve family that we have. So it does have like a base, and then it has the Cool and Serve ice packs. And then you can put those cups on there. So you could do like a fruit tray or a veggie tray or something, like not like pretty arranged around, but like you could have like one that's like carrots and celery, and then one that's dip, and then another one that is, I don't know, broccoli and cauliflower. And it's just kind of a larger, like I said, the cups are about 3-cup size. So they're a little bit larger than like on a traditional relish tray or a veggie tray. So I use it more for that. So I use it more for serving than I do for prepping.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank
anyway,
you.
because there's kind of 2 sides to it. There's the prep side and the store side, and you can kind of get it all as a set,
Yeah.
or you can buy just one or the other. So I use more of the store than I do the prep. So,
Okay. Thank
and
you.
if you, like I said, the cups aren't that far away. If you need me to go grab one that you can really see the size, I'd be more than happy to do that. Actually, I can have my husband go do it because he's sitting down there by them. Do you know what I'm
No,
talking
that's fine.
about? Okay.
That's fine. Thank you. That's good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So back to our dessert. Good question. And thank you for asking. And that's what this is all about, is that you get all those questions answered. And I also call this Stump the Consultant. So this is your chance to ask those hard questions and see if I can answer them for you or not. Okay. So this is not going to quite all fit there. I'm going to have to kind of smush some on there, but we have enough. But look at that. Is that not pretty? And even though I was not anal about arranging it, the colors are just so, so pretty. So there you go. And then to kind of keep the fruit, oh, this cooled off a little bit. I have some peach preserves that I'm just going to kind of, whoops, let me microwave this again. That cooled off. We're going to microwave this. And what that's going to do is kind of put a glaze on this fruit. Plus, it's going to kind of preserve it a little bit because we don't want it to kind of dry out or get kind of mushy or whatever. So by putting a little glaze of some jelly on it, it's going to make it look pretty and kind of preserve it a little bit. So let's see if we can do better with this. So if you guys don't have these prep bowls, these are like super duper handy because they do go in the microwave. They do go in the dishwasher just for exactly what I'm doing. If you just need to microwave a little dab of something or need to store something, they do have lids. They're super handy. Okay, whoops, I'm losing a strawberry there. Oh, this is going to be so, so good. Oops. Get back in there. I lost one. Okay. But it's just going to kind of give it like a little sheen. And then the last thing we're going to do, not that you really need it, but I want to show you the whipped cream maker. And so you could cut your piece of your tart, then put some whipped cream on top if you so desire. So anybody have the old whipped cream maker? We've had a whipped cream maker in the catalog for a while. Anybody have the old one? No? Okay, well, now's a good thing you didn't get it because now you're going to get one that's even better. And let me show you what it's all about. So this guy.
Kristen,
Yeah.
I have the old one. I have the old one.
You do? Okay. And do you use it quite a bit, I hope?
No,
No? Did you say?
no, no.
Well, we're going to get it out.
Okay.
And because this one has kind of an extra feature. So the whipping part of this is just like yours. And what's really unique about it is it has this double whisk. So that's what makes it whip up cream very quickly. And let me tell you a couple tricks. If you haven't had good luck with it, it might be the cream that you're using. You always want to use heavy whipping cream. And to be honest, you probably want to buy a name brand versus the store brand. I have the store brand, so it's probably not going to whip up quite as easily. But I made the mistake recently. The store was out of heavy whipping cream, so I bought some table cream, and I thought, okay, it's close enough, right? Oh, no. It does not have a high enough fat content to whip up well. So that's kind of the one of the secrets to this and to having it work well is definitely in the cream that you use. So we're going to. It has a line, the old one and the new one. This is your fill line. So you're going to put your cream up to that line. I don't need quite that much, so I'm not going to go quite that full. And we're going to go ahead and add some powdered sugar. At this point, I'm going to just go ahead and that's probably enough. And we need a little bit of vanilla. Now, you can also customize this. You could make this into for this recipe, just the plain is fine. But if you were doing like pumpkin pie or apple pie, you could do a cinnamon whipped cream with this. You could make, if you're doing a chocolate cream pie, you could do a chocolate whipped cream. You could just really mix and match your flavors into all kinds of deliciousness and really customize it. And the other thing is too is you're making this so you know it's fresh ingredients as opposed to what you buy at the store, which who knows what is in there. Now, the old one you just started pumping. This new one has this little hole here that when you're whipping up the whipped cream, you want to plug the hole. And then what's unique and different about this is when we're done, we can put this piping tip on it and we can actually then pipe the whipped cream onto whatever we're making. So not only are you going to be able to make whipped cream, but then you can decorate with it. So I get this in the camera so you guys can see. And so basically you just pump this as fast as you can and as hard as you can. Takes about 30-45 seconds. And you're going to notice as you're doing it, like it gets harder and harder to do. This is a good arm workout for you. This is where if you have boys, like my teenage boys, I would always have them do the whipped cream because it's like you have more arm strength than I do.
Does that fancy mixer behind you have a setting for that?
Say that again. What did you say?
Does that fancy mixer behind you have a setting for that?
So yes, you're absolutely right. You could do that because you can put the ingredients in, push the button and be done. But if you just need a little bit and you don't want to get all that out, you can do it this way. And what I like is again, it's going to let you pipe it. Whereas this one, you'd have to put in your decorator bag or whatever you want to do if you want to get fancy. Okay, we're almost there. I don't think we're quite there, but I'm going to show you how it's coming along. Oh, we're getting there. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Yum. Okay, then, so we are done. Then what you're going to do, we don't want to waste any. This is again where I get my fingers involved and I have to lick it. Okay, whoops, this is gonna go back in there, but, oh, forgetting what I'm doing here. Okay, so it has, this all comes with it, has this little piece that when you're gonna now do the plunger part of it, you're gonna put that on the bottom, put this back in. And now take off the bottom and put your decorator tip on there. And because I'm not cutting this yet, I'm not going to go ahead and decorate my piece, but I do want to show you on this cutting board what we got. So can you guys see what we're doing? So again, the other thing you have to remember to unplug that hole there. And whoops, look at that. Oops. So there's your pretty, so then you can decorate with it. So, and again, I'm not that much of a cake decorator, but I can at least do some fancy swirls on there and it's going to look really, really pretty. So that's our demo for tonight. What'd you guys think?
Looks
Pretty
really
fun?
good.
So,
Is there a substitute for whipped cream?
pardon me?
Is there something else you can use besides whipped cream?
I have made it with the cream of coconut milk. So like, you know
Okay.
how it separates? If you take that thicker part, I have made whipped cream with that. So if you can't do dairy, you can do, if you can do the coconut milk, you can do that.
Okay, because
So
I
other than
can't
that-
eat whipped cream. I can't have no whipped cream at all. My
Yeah.
grandmother used to make it homemade for me, but
Yeah.
can't eat it.
Yeah, I would say if you can do the coconut milk, I'm afraid if you did like almond milk or something like that, I don't think it has enough fat in it that it would not whip up, that it would not
Okay.
whip up well. So, okay. Any other questions? Then let me share with you guys some specials that we have going on. As a reminder, with a $90 order, you will get a free gift, and that is our Cringy Cinnamon. This is not available for purchase right now. The only way to get it is with a $90 order, but this stuff is so good. Has anybody tried this in the past? So it's kind of, I mean, it's basically cinnamon, but it's kind of a little sweeter cinnamon. So I really do like, not like sugar cinnamon sweet, but it just kind of is a little bit sweeter, I think, than traditional cinnamon. But this is super yummy. You get this with a $90 order.
Is
With a
it
hybrid-
is it different? I've bought some of the cinnamon, but it was like a long time ago. Is it the same sort of thing, just renamed?
No, well, we also have, it's not available right now, but we've also have had a cinnamon plus.
Okay.
So if you have the cinnamon plus, that's different. So this is just cinnamon. Like if you have a recipe that calls for, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, just use a half teaspoon of cinnamon. The cinnamon plus, which is only available at the holidays, is cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice. So basically like pumpkin pie spice. So it has all the other stuff mixed in with the cinnamon. So you might be thinking of the cinnamon plus versus the Cringy cinnamon, because ours has always been called Cringy cinnamon, and I think Cringy is like where where the cinnamon grows, I think is what I've heard. I'm not 100% sure on that, but there you go. So anyway, and then with a $150 order, you will get free shipping. So all that will just be added to your order automatically. When you guys are ready to shop, when you're in the table party, there's a little button that says shop. You just click that and that will connect you to your host. So even though I have like 4 parties kind of coming together here tonight, you will, like I said, when you shop, you will shop with your host. You're not mixing and mingling with the other parties at that point. Each of you are in your own party. If you have questions while you're shopping, call me, text me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions for you. Or in that chit chat section, you can put a post in there and you can ask a question there if you'd like. I always say if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question as well. So it's good if you guys want to use that section to, kind of chit chat with each other and communicate with each other would be great too. Then I also want to share with you guys, if you guys are interested in hosting a party, it's a great way to get huge discounts on everything. This month, our hosts have the opportunity to get any of those 5 electrics that I talked about at 60% off. So it's a huge, huge savings if you're looking for any of those electrics. Looking ahead, if that's not on your wish list, but something else is, if you have a party in May, you can get anything in the catalog at 60% off. So really 2 good specials between this month and next month. And I'd love to help you out with those discounts and have a fun party with your friends, just like we're doing tonight. So any other questions or anything else I can help you guys with? Otherwise, I'm done yakking. Anything else I can help with? Okay, let me see real quick. I see a couple other people that have joined us. I see Olivia. Olivia, whose party are you with? Oh, she must
Sorry,
have-
I had to find my unmute.
Oh, that's fine.
My mom is Kay.
Okay, Kay. Okay, and then let me see. I think I've got everybody else. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you guys so very much. I will email or I will text you the link for the survey. And as I said, I'd greatly appreciate you guys giving some input as to what you guys thought about this event. And also too, if you wanted to reach out to me about any questions, concerns, thoughts, suggestions, I'm totally open to them as well so that I can help make this a better event in the future. So thank you guys so very much. Thanks, host, for getting your friends here. And I appreciate everybody joining tonight. Have a good evening.
You
Kristin?
too.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, Kristen.
Bye.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Kristen.
Bye, guys. Have a nice night.
You